for me. It would have been good if he had won, but of course, it just shows what Keshi has achieved in the last 1 or 2 years. What the world, how the world sees Keshi, and how we should start seeing him as well. The world sees him as an influential figure that he has been able to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria, a nation that couldn't qualify for the Nations Cup in spite of having some good players. And
well, the challenge for Keshi is that, look, this year, for all you did for Nigerian football, you got number 4. You finished as number 4 in terms of the top most influential sports persons for 2013. The winner, of course, by a mile, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese who plays for Real Madrid. They won it, getting 34.6% of the votes. Luis Suarez, the Uruguayan who plays for Liverpool, came second with 20.8% of the votes. Joop Heynckes, the coach who won the treble with Bayern last year, swept everything that he had in front of him. Finished in 3rd place with 11.6% of the votes. Our own big boss, Stephen Keshi, finishing in 4th place, 8.2% of the votes. So Keshi finishing ahead of Jürgen Klinsmann, the coach of the United States, the German, who had 6.2%, Frank Ribery, the Bayern Munich French winger, who finished with 5.5% of the votes. Gareth Bale, the most expensive player in the world, finishing in 7th place with 2.5% of the votes. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, finishing in 8th place with 2.3% of the votes. And Neymar, the Brazilian whiskey, finishing 9th place, 2.1% of the votes. So Keshi finishing in 4th place, not bad. If you look at those that Keshi finished ahead of, it's not bad. But we'll throw a challenge to Keshi now. Go to the Nations Cup, go to the World Cup next year. Break all records. Become the first African coach to lead a team to the semis or to the finals. You win every award in sight next year. Every award.
And you write your name in gold.
Man of the year.
You write your name in gold.
In gold.
Because it's going to be in the history books. It will probably be the first indigenous coach to achieve such if he gets to do it.
So that's a challenge for Keshi.
Probably also be the first Nigerian to lead Nigeria to the World Cup.
Odegbede has a record.
Okay, Odegbede, yeah.
Although we didn't win
what I mean is that we'll be the first person if he gets to that level. I mean,
semi-final, winning.
2002 is something you love to forget. In spite of the fact that there were some talents discovered, but you still love to forget because we didn't win any game. But
and we lost out at the 2nd game. We were out already. We were out early. We didn't go for the World Cup.
Exactly.
Because before we started thinking about the World Cup,
it was over before it began. But I'm hoping that Keshi will be able to do all of these things, because if he does, it's going to be to the credit of Nigeria. So because of that, I'm giving all my support.
All right. So we wish Stephen Keshi the best of luck, and we hope that 2014 will indeed be bigger in terms of achievement for Stephen Keshi. And it starts from next week. The CHAN, the Eagles are playing Ethiopia on Saturday. Guinean officials have been named for this game.
Guinean officials, of course. The NFL sent a letter for the release of these 2 Guinean officials, 34-year-old Keita, and going to be assisted by 2 other Guinean center AR1 and AR2. Assistant referee 1, assistant, people call it linesman. Linesman is an old syllabus.
The assistant referee.
The assistant referee 1, assistant referee 2. But I think for the CHAN Eagles, this is one of the biggest step before the African Nation Championship. You are talking about an Ethiopian team that had 8 players from a particular club playing the main Eagles. Almost
knocking us out of the World Cup.
Even though we beat them home and away, but they give us some real challenge for money. Yeah, so of course they are coming up against similar teams, so they still have same mentality, the same coach, see on the bench, so
same organization,
same coach. So it's like
a good test for the young Eagles.
That's the biggest test. I hope the CHAN Eagles will take that. We take this game with both hands. Some of the players, so that we know that we have a team. We'll know whether we have a team going to the CHAN, or maybe probably our team. We'll know the position of our team, because these Ethiopians will be one of the high points of the CHAN. If they continue what they did at World Cup qualified, what they did at last Nations Cup, if they continue in that state, I think they are one of the teams to beat, because the way they are playing, if they continue, I think the only team that will get close to them is DR Congo or South Africa.
All right, so we'll see that game, and as we promised yesterday, we will try all we can to get you pictures of that game, because our guys in Abuja have been getting us all the pictures of the CHAN Eagles in training. We will try to do that again on Saturday, so that we can show you what quality of football they played in that friendly. Still talking about the NFF and what they've done well so far this year. Let's talk about under 13 football. The national finals of the 2013 NFF under 13 football championship will start in Abuja on Friday, and it will last for 5 days. You know, it was organized on zonal basis, and it's one of the cardinal development programs of the NFF. Started with Sani Lulu and Aminu Megeri, gracefully continued in that stead, and it's already yielding results, because we've seen a team move from under 13 to under 15 to under 17 and become world champions. So it's all starting on Friday, and it's going to be good to see some of these kids come together. The states qualified for this championship. We have Niger State, Plateau, Katsina, Kaduna, Lagos, Ogun, Anambra, Enugu, Akwa Ibom, Edo, Bauchi, Gombe, and the Federal Capital Territory. So they will be there, the package B of the National Stadium. They will be there for 5 days to play out, and then we'll see who becomes champions, and then begin to raise another national team from this level. So that's good. And if you have time, please go and watch these under 13 kids play football. We're still going to be staying with under 13. This time we're taking you to North Central, just like Abuja, Kogi State. This time we're talking about the FOSLA under 13 Football Academy Cup, and is the brainchild of the former NFF president, Alhaji Sani Lulu. And we have local governments in Kogi State who play this one. We had Ofu, I hope I didn't
Kogi State, so if you want to give us that.
Okay. Ofu from Ofu local government beating Ibaji 5-4 on penalties to win it, after both teams had played out a goalless draw at full time. So Ofu local government winning the 2013 FOSLA Cup, bankrolled of course by Alhaji Sani Lulu. I'm happy. I'm encouraged with what Sani Lulu is doing. He left the office under very controversial circumstances, but he has not stopped contributing to football development. That's a large heart.
That's the essence.
If you look back at how you were chased out of office and feel bitter, I'm not interested anymore.
If I try to bring down the house, some will do that.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. Contribute your quota, especially when you have the means. You have the stature, you have the means, you have everything at your disposal to ensure that Nigeria keeps on churning talent, keeps bringing youngsters to that stage where they could be nurtured to stardom. Even if you had a bad past, everybody will forget that, because for those academies where those young boys springed up from, I mean, will treasure those names. I mean, you could recommend such places for kids to be taken, because you know what they can do for the development of such kids. So I think it's a good one, and I'm imploring all well-meaning Nigerians as well. If you have the means and you have the stature, you can bring all of these things. I mean, it will be good. It's a good thing if you have all of these competitions everywhere. Yeah, Nigeria won't be lacking for talent.
And of course, don't forget what we do here on channels. We don't just talk about it. We also put our money where our mouth is. Channels National Kids Cup, it's national. It's also under 13. Remember, so we are also putting our mouth where our money is. Or is it putting our money where our mouth is?
First,
whichever one. Both are in one place. Our money and our mouth. First, in one place.
Ours is for primary schools. So that's not the difference. Not assemblies of different. You have
primary schools.
Primary schools. Not. I think that different kind of competition.
Schools.
For you must be a student of that school. Not you have to select students from different schools or different places.
For local governments. For our own in schools. For the NFF, National Under 13, for the states.
So these are different levels.
All right, so it's good that all of these are coming together just to help to lay a solid foundation for football development in Nigeria. All right, let's move away from that and talk about one issue that we raised yesterday. A lot of people were asking questions on Twitter, and we also asked you to talk to us about it. The 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. The qualifiers will be in 2014. What time will it be? We were able to discover yesterday. Kaliso Sebare gave us a lead, and we were able to follow that lead to discover what exactly will be happening in 2014 ahead of the 2015 African Cup of Nations. But the first things we have for you is that the dates. All right, let's start with the dates. Then we'll talk about the seeding of the teams. We'll talk about the dates, and then we'll go and talk about the seeding of the teams. On the 31st of March in Morocco, CAF will do the draw for the 2015 African